Now we will study about kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. If we talk about the Animalia, then organisms which come in this kingdom, they are generally multicellular, eukaryotic, and they do not have chlorophyll. We can say that they are generally multicellular eukaryotes, multicellular eukaryotic. Okay, and if we talk about the cell structure, then they do not have cell wall and plastids are absent. They do not have, or we can say cell wall or plastids are absent. Clear? And as we talk about the vacuole, then central large vacuole is absent and small vacuoles may be present. In center, large vacuole is absent and small vacuoles may be present. Small vacuoles may be present. Okay. If we talk about reproduction, then reproduction is generally done by sexual reproduction is done, or haploid stage is represented by gametes. If we talk about reproduction, then reproduction is generally of sexual reproduction, generally sexual, or maybe haploid stage may be presented by gametes. Okay, haploid stage maybe haploid stage is presented by gametes. Generally they are free to move. Generally they are free to move. Free to move. Now exception is sponges. Exception is except sponges. Okay. Mode of nutrition is primarily ingestive. Mode of nutrition is primarily ingestive. Clear? What are the characteristics of organisms which come in kingdom Animalia? They are multicellular, eukaryotics, cell wall or plastids are absent. In center, large vacuole is absent, small vacuoles may be present. Reproduction is generally sexual reproduction and haploid stage is presented by gametes. Generally, they are free to move and mode of nutrition is primarily ingestive. Now, we will study about the classification of kingdom Animalia. If we talk about the classification of Animalia, then on the basis of level of cellular organization, if we talk about the basis of, on the basis of level of organization of animal body, then it is divided into two categories. If the animal body is cellular, if the animal body is made up of free cells, if it has loose cells, then it is called cellular. And animals, those are having cellular body structure, they come into the phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. Okay, means animals which have cellular body structure, they come into phylum Porifera. And if animals have tissues in their body structure, means if the animal body is made up of different tissues or made up of tissues, then it comes into category of tissues. It has divided into, on the basis of level of organization, animal body, animal is divided into two groups, cellular and tissues. Then again, on the basis of tissues, it is further divided into three parts. If the body cavity is absent, if the body cavity means coelom is absent between epidermis and gastrodermis, between epidermis and gastrodermis, then they are kept in the, then they are again divided into, or we can say again classified into two levels. If the body is radial, then they are kept in the phylum Coelenterata. If the body is radial, then they are kept in the group Coelenterata. Coelenterata. Okay. And if the body is bilateral, body is bilateral, okay, then they are kept in the phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Clear? Okay. Now, if the pseudocoelom is present, another, if pseudocoelom is present, if the pseudocoelom is present, then they are kept in phylum Nematoda. Okay. And if the true coelom is present, if true coelom is present, if the true coelom is present, they are again classified into different groups. Number one, if we talk about number one, then we can say that mesodermal cells grow at the time of the, we can say कि mesodermal cells grow during the cell growth of the embryo. Mesodermal cells grow, or we can say are formed from single cell during growth of embryo. Okay. Then it is further divided, or we can say it is further classified into three groups: Annelida, then Arthropodia, and mollusca. Third one is mollusca. Okay. Then again, on the basis of true xylem's presence, if endoderm gives rise to xylem. If endoderm give rise to xylem, again it is classified on the basis of presence of notochord. If the notochord is absent or present, again classified. If the notochord is absent, then they are kept in the group Echinodermata. And if notochord is present, then they are kept in the group Chordata. If notochord is present, then they are kept in the group Chordata. Clear? So, thus the animals are classified into different phylums. Phylum Porifera, Phylum Coelenterata, Phylum Platyhelminthes, Phylum Nematoda, Phylum Annelida, Phylum Arthropodia, Phylum Mollusca, Phylum Echinodermata and Phylum Chordata. Thus, we can say that animal is kept into different phylums on the basis of level of organization. If it is made up of cells, free cells, loose cells, then it is come in the cellular group, and if it is made up of tissues, then it come into this group. Then again on the basis of presence of tissues, again it is classified into different groups. Suppose body cavity means xylem is absent between the epidermis and gastrodermis, then again it is kept into Coelenterata and Platyhelminthes group. If pseudocoelom is present, then they are kept in Nematoda group. If true coelom is present, then again they are classified on the basis of if mesodermal cells are formed from single cell during growth of embryo, then they are kept or classified into three phylums: Annelida, Arthropodia, Mollusca. And if the endodermis give rise to xylem, means body cavity, then again they are classified whether they have notochord. What is notochord? Notochord is skeletal rod which is found. If it is present, then they are kept in the chordata group, and if it is not present, if it is absent, then they are kept in Echinodermata group. Now we will study about the phylum Porifera. Now next is phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. Porifera means it is made up of two words. One is porous. Porous means pores, and fere means to bear. As the name itself defines, means they have pores in the body. Thus, we can say that it includes sponges. It includes means phylum Porifera includes sponges. If we talk about sponges, then they are, what are sponges? They are having numerous pores in their body. If we talk about body structure, sponges have many pores. Sponges have numerous pores called ostia. Okay, and ostia is with single opening called osculum, with single opening called osculum. Okay, if we talk about especially if we talk about the phylum Porifera, then this kind of animals are generally simplest multicellular. They are, if we talk about the animals of Porifera, they are simplest multicellular. Okay, they do not have any tissue. If no tissue is there, definitely no organ will be there. If no organ is there, then they cannot have organ system. No tissue, no organ, and no organ system. As we all know, tissues make organ and organs together make organ system. If tissue is absent, then definitely no organ would be there, no organ system would be there. Clear? Now, if we talk about these sponges, then if we talk about the structure of sponges, then I told you they had numerous pores called ostia. Now, what happens when they are found, especially they are found in water. Generally, they are found in marine water, but one group is found in fresh water. If we talk about the presence, then they are found in marine water, but one group is found in fresh water. Okay, now as they are living in water, what happens when water passes through dermal ostia? As they have ostia, many pores are there in their body structure, they are called ostia. Then water current pass through the ostia, then it goes through the body and then it comes out through the osculum. When water current enters in the body through ostia, then it goes through entire body and comes out through the osculum and comes out through osculum. What is osculum? It is single opening on the top of the sponges, comes out through osculum. Clear? Now, if we talk about the reproduction, then reproduction in sponges generally is done by two methods, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Reproduction is of two types. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Clear? In the sexual reproduction, they form ova and spermatozoa. In sexual reproduction, they form ova and spermatozoa. And if we talk about asexual reproduction, that it includes budding. Asexual reproduction includes budding. Okay. or we can say here it is budding. Is it clear? In sexual reproduction, ova and spermatozoa are formed, and asexual reproduction includes budding. Okay, so if we talk about phylum Porifera, as the name itself defines, porous means pores, ferae means to bear, means animal body have pores in it. Now, it includes sponges. Then sponges have numerous pores called ostia with single opening called osculum. It is found at the top. Let me mention at the top. Okay. Then they are the, if we talk about the sponges, then they are simplest multicellular. They do not have any tissue, they do not have any organ and no organ system. Then they are found in marine water and one group is found in fresh water. Water current enters in the body through ostia, then it goes through entire body and comes out through osculum, and this water contains food and oxygen. Clear? Because animal needs oxygen. Then reproduction is done by two methods, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. During the sexual reproduction, ova and spermatozoa are formed, and in asexual reproduction, it includes budding. Clear?